Hey guys. So here's a story, and it's true. Who's excited? Alright, so in my last video I talked about, feeling the urge to cut myself because I needed to understand the pain that I was feeling or what have you. When I was younger, like in the sixth grade, I used to scratch. Not like, scratching your skin like something itches. No. I used to unravel paper clips and carve things into my skin. Um, then I don't know. Like I was afraid to be a cutter, because I thought that I would get in trouble, and I didn't want to get in trouble for being a cutter, even though it was basically a cry for attention, a cry for help. I I didn't want to face that kind of judgment, so I resorted to the least dramatic or drastic measure I could think of, and that was scratching. I used to do it a lot when I was in school. It got to the point where my sixth grade teacher took paper clips away from me because she knew what I was doing. And it was just like random thing. I would just like start scratching things into my skin until I got like welts or what have you. I remember one day a friend of mine asked, he was like, "Do you enjoy doing that?" And of course I'm not going to say yes, I enjoy it, it gives me great pleasure and satisfaction. No. I said no, I don't enjoy doing it. And he was like, all right, well, as long as you don't enjoy it, I guess that's fine. And that was the end of that. No help, no maybe you should speak to someone. No, as long as you don't enjoy it, it's fine. It's fine. If you did enjoy it, then we do something else. But since you clearly don't enjoy it, no, it's fine. So I kept on doing it. I kept doing it, and one day it was like during the summertime, or it was really warm outside. I remember being on my block, and like my family is outside, and my one of my uncles was there, and he looked at me and just said, "You need to stop." And it scared me. It scared me because I felt like for the first time in a long time someone was paying attention to me, and that made me nervous. And then I also thought he would tell my mother, and that I'd get in a lot of trouble. So, not too much longer after that, I stopped scratching myself. Never got into cutting because I fear of being in trouble or what have you. But I did stop scratching. But my depression or what have you continued for some years, and like as of right now, I'm kind of really really down for whatever reason I'm down for. And I thought about cutting, but anyway. So as when I was a teenager, and even into my early 20s, I thought a lot about suicide. I mean, if we're going to be honest with each other, who hasn't thought about suicide? Who hasn't thought about just checking out of this life because at times it got too damn hard for you? Like, and if you tell yourself, no, I've never done that, I've never had those thoughts, and suicide is for selfish people, that's bullshit. People who commit suicide aren't necessarily selfish. They are sad and they are lonely and they feel like there's nothing left in this world. And for you to say that they are selfish brings them down that much more. And it causes them whatever little bit of sanity they have left, whatever little bit of strength they have left to just go over the edge. And that's the end. And then you're stuck blaming them. And I get it. I get it for the most part. You shouldn't get that down on yourself where you have to take your own life because you feel like it can't get any better. But that person is not solely to blame. There were other people, there were other factors that added to whatever they were going through, but were too damn selfish and full of themselves to understand or see the pain that they were causing someone else. Or at the very least, offer some help. Sometimes all a person needs is for someone to come up to them and say, "It's gonna be all right. You got this. You're pretty. You're smart. You're not stupid. It's okay to be you." Sometimes they just need a fucking hug from someone, from anyone, before it gets that far. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I did have suicidal thoughts as a teenager. But then the funniest reason was like someone I'm really, really close to, and they may never know it, but they caused me to just stop thinking about those kinds of thoughts and those kinds of in that kind of thinking because I needed to be here for them. I needed to live for them. They were the closest thing to me. So it's just like, you have to be here. So I stopped. I started writing more. I started blogging. I found something to take my mind off of whatever it was that I was going through. But I had this comment, and I'm more open. I'm definitely more open with everything that I feel like I've gone through in my life. Like if it was a pain, if it was like bullying, if it was, as to why I was cutting myself, I'm more open with it and I can talk to anyone about it. And if I see someone following those traits, then I can say, hey, I've been there. I may not be where you are, but I was there at some point and I can still get there because I am human. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to just go to somebody like, it's going to be all right. I got you. But sometimes I just need that for me. Right. So I was having this conversation the other day, and I was like, I used to scratch or whatever, and one of the people I was having a conversation with asked me why. It was several reasons, like I wanted attention. I wanted attention. I wanted to not be where I was. I was trying to figure out who the fuck I was and couldn't do that, and it frustrated me. So I felt the need to harm myself. But another reason was that, I'm a person who needs to understand why I feel a certain way, why people do certain things. And I needed to understand why I was in pain. That realization didn't come to me until many years later, why I was able to pinpoint why I self destructed in the way that I self destruct. Like I remember sitting in a restaurant with my ex, and I don't know why I was upset. I was always upset for some stupid shit. Um, I remember like taking a fork and just like jabbing it into my tongue, right? And he asked me why I was doing it. I was like, 'cause it's a pain that I can identify. I'm upset, but I don't know why I'm upset. But if this fork happens to just pierce my tongue, I can understand why I'm in that pain. So then I was like reflected back on the whole scratching thing. I just needed to understand the kind of pain that I was in. I needed something physical to remind me of what I was going through, you know? So the other night when I had that weird dream about that person and it started off with me wanting to cut myself, I just had to reflect back on that experience and just be like, dude, you don't know, you don't want to go there, because if you happen to go there, it can go very left. And that's the last thing you want or deserve. Like, this is your life to live. It may not be perfect, it may not be the one that you thought you would, but it's your life and you're living, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. Like, if you're going through, like, I feel like I want to cry right now, but if you're going through something, just even if you feel like you can't talk to somebody, reach out to them and just be like, I just need your ear. Or if you see someone going through a change, it's okay. It's gonna get better. I got you. You got this. Like, it's just be there for somebody. That's all you could do. Just be there for someone. Right?